Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Brahma. Today we will start with Manisha Panchakam. What did we finish last time? Bhaja Govindam. Both are on similar lines. One is about Loka Sangraha, which is Manisha Panchakam. How in those days also Adi Shankaracharya thought about how to eradicate caste system. So one of this shlokas talks about after you know Bhagavan, after you understand that Atma is everywhere and Anatma is unreal, then there is no caste, no creed, nothing. So this is one of his five. Panchakam means five. And how the story was, he was in Kashi, and when he took bath and he came out, he's seen a Chandala. Chandala is a person called low deeds. I can't say caste now, deeds. He is the Chandala means they will take care of after the death, the corpse. So Chandala was seen and he said, Gache, Gache. Then immediately the Chandala replies, that is what the first verse. And he realizes the mistake done and he understands Chandala is none other than Swayam Shankara. Do you know that Adi Shankaracharya also is a avatar of Shankar? So this can have a lot of separate meanings, but basically it was to understand even those days there was system of caste and discrimination which Shankara didn't want to continue. So that's why he has written these 5 verses. Manisha is the inner strength, the energy within all of us. And if I ask you what is that, that is the Chaitanyam or consciousness, which we call as Jivatma within us. Panchakam means 5-fold instructions on understanding or knowing this Chaitanyam. The first one is, can you chant this? It is literally in different meter. Okay. There is no Tamil, I did not get it. You have it? There is no meter for this. It's okay. Annamaya, after he says that, Gache Gache, go. Then he says, can we read Divya? Sorry, can you read? Only the blue line. Dvijavara.
Which one do you want to distance yourself from? Do you want to distance your Annamaya from my Annamaya? Or do you want to separate my consciousness from your consciousness? Which one do you desire by using the expression go away? Please clearly tell me what you want.
Okay. So, Dvijavara, there is one word used, Dvijavara. What does Dvija means? This is also important for all of us. Like in Christianity, you die before you die. Jesus Christ was resurrected. Okay. So means he was reborn or come to life again after death. In all Hindu culture, once you take the sainthood or sannyasa, you are like a Jesus Christ, you have come back to life. And that person is called Dvija. In first chapter, we have heard this word. Do you remember? Dvijavatma is telling to, after Dhritarashtra's verse, after the 4th verse, I think, he says, hey Dvijavatma, see how your enemies are lined up. He said, Dvijavatma to whom? No. Dronacharya. He's teasing Dronacharya. See, your own person who you taught, that is Ashwathama. You taught him and he is now standing in front of you to fight against you. So, Ashwathama, Dushtadunda. So, your own people are standing in front of you, both Dvijatma. And here Dvija means the ascetic, but the greatest of ascetic. Twice born. Who has understood, once you understand the reality that Atma is real and Anatma is unreal, you get twice born. So that is the important word. Then he is telling Annamaya, the body which is made up of food. Now here, not take this food, the gross body. We have learned the gross body, then what comes?
Sukshma Sariram. Sthula Shariram is the gross body, Sukshma Sariram and
Karana Shariram. So he is talking about, you are telling to go away, which one? Is this the gross body you are telling to tell? Or the Sukshma or the Karana? So you tell me which one you want to go out from here. And you are also made up of the same. So who wants to go? You please let me know. This is how it starts. One more verse will come next time. Kim brohi gaccha gacchati. Whom by uttering to go away, you want to go away. So move away from my path. Vanchasi, you desire to. So this is, he is just bringing him back to. So because such words cannot be uttered by a Chandala. Chandala is not only low deeds, but even IQ also will be low. But when he understood, he's talking about like this. So tomorrow, if someone asks you, and if you start talking this way, then he will start in a different level. So the same way, he understood it is none other than Adi Shankaracharya, and he prostrated. So today we'll only take one verse, as we have enough to discuss today. Yeah, we will do our routine by just what is Atma, Anatma. Sir has done it last time. Can one of you, Nitya?
ஆத்மா என்பது உடலின் பாகமோ பொருளோ சொத்தோ அல்ல. ஆத்மா உடலை உயிர்ப்பித்து உணர்வுபூர்வமானதாக ஆக்குகிறது. ஆத்மா சுதந்திரமானது மற்றும் உடலின் அனுபவத்தால் பாதிக்கப்படாது. உடல் இறந்த பிறகும் ஆத்மா தொடர்ந்து இருக்கிறது.
So whenever you next time go to for example, you're traveling. Mostly when we travel to airports, enough and more time after security checkup. We just go in time. If it is, we have 1 hour generally we keep and go. Can we meditate on such things like Manisha Panchakam, 5 verses, which talks about Atma, which not just doesn't talk about Atma, claiming your Atma. Mama Isha Manisha. That's what every line ends. And what is Atma? Can we meditate upon such definition of Atma? Then it will reflect more, because we generally start chatting or browsing. Next time, give 15 minutes. I know each one of us will be traveling somewhere. Give 15 minutes on this definition. And one day you should come up with a definition without seeing it. Can we try in English without seeing? Atma is not the product or property of the body. It enlivens the body and makes it sentient. Then
It is not affected by the.
it isn't affected by the experiences which the body goes through. It is independent of the experiences of this body and mind, and it continues to live even after the body is no more or awake. So can you read this?
it's not the Atma it's not the part, product or property of body. It enlivens the body and makes it sentient. It's independent and does not affect due to experiences of the body. It continues to exist even after the body dies.
Correct. So now this is the definition which I have done to understand myself. But if you see in Swamiji's book, it is much more refined. Why I did this? Because initially we don't want to put very difficult words. This is just to make us understand. So once we understand, then we can get that definition. And because there is no such definition of Atma. Why? Anyone can tell me why we can't define Atma? Entire chapter is dedicated on this, 15th chapter. Atma is apramaya. Means it cannot be measured. With what we are measuring anything? Our 5 senses. If you want a measuring tape, you want to have eyes and your hands to measure. Even if you want to measure by some other laser, something, anything, you require eyes and something from our 5 senses. It is apramaya. We have seen that in 2nd chapter, words from 12th to 25th. So if you say definition of Atma, we are wrong. But just to understand something about Atma, you have to negate. Negation of body is given here. But you all know, not only body, what else? The body, the mind within the body. Because body is just one part, but the stula part, Sukshma, is even bigger. Sukshma travels from this body to the next body, as the SIM card travels from one mobile to the next mobile. Okay. Now, why we have trouble? Because we consider this chair, if you consider the world as a chair, as our body mind as a chair, we decorate it, we do everything. We do a mistake of sitting on it. And we all know cardboard chair, which is temporary, not solid. If you try to lean on it, if you try to lean on this world, you are going to fall. So, in Aruna Madam only, I think, has discussed about Niryoga Shemaha. How do we come out of this leaning on the chair? By slowly and surely reducing our port. What is port? Possession, obligations, relations, transaction with this. So no port. At least reduce the port. Suddenly you ask to have no port, cannot. Reduce the port, possessions. Tomorrow if you find something which is not useful to you in your cupboard, please give it away. Start giving gross things. Then you slowly reduce your obligations because you're not possessing things. And then the relations also will be reduced. And finally, transactions, which really makes us up and down in this world, will reduce. Another thing which we no special prayers. Prayers should be for everyone's benefit. Loka Sangraha. We end with this verse, last class. So where now Arjuna asked a question. Now Krishna gave some 5 verses of answers. That how what the benefit you will get if you become a jnani, and how you will behave in this world. When your intellect goes beyond the mist of delusion, then you will attain dispassion towards what is yet to be heard and what is already heard. So jnani is a clear mind; it's a crystal. So it will not be colored by anything. Like a rainbow comes and goes, but basically clouds, the akasha is same. So jnani's mind, intellect is so clear. It will not be going up or down with what's happening around. Here, what he says is, with the clear understanding, you come from world dependence to God dependence, finally to your own dependence, self-dependence. Then Madam said that physical dependence and psychological dependence on any object and any sentient thing. Mobile is a non-sentient but object which is very dependent, we are dependent on it. It is risky. And even beings dependent on only parents or dependence on kids is very risky. That's what is explained. So you come from there, leave it and come to God dependence. You cannot jump directly to independence. God dependence is what you Ishta Devata, pray to him. Slowly you know that God is not out, he is within you. So it is self-dependence or independence. Today we have a very beautiful verse and Arundhati is going to literally summarize the entire second chapter. So over to you, Arun.
Shruti Vipradipannade Yada Stasyati Nischala Samadachala Uttistada Yukam Avapyasyasi
Oh, you can whether you are heard, I don't know. You are next.
What happens when a person is more and more interested in independence or self-independence? What happens? You need not depend on any external factor. It is like when you build a house, you don't know there is water source inside your house. What will you do? You go out for water. For drinking water, you'll buy can, thanni vaanguvom, then kualathula poi thanni edupom, then lorry la thanni vaanguvom. So when you know that perennial water source is inside our compound, inside our property, then we will not go anywhere. That is what self-independence is. So what have you got within yourself? An eternal source of security, an eternal source of fullness, and eternal source of ananda. What happens when you don't find an eternal source within yourself? What happens when you don't find? You go around everyone begging around for security, love, happiness, and peace. So, person around you refuse. What happens? Will the person around you give you undivided attention, undivided love, and security? Sometimes they don't. They refuse, or sometimes they even blackmail. Next. Now imagine a state where you ask no more. You love me or not is your problem. When you don't ask and when you are contented inside, it will be like you love me or not is your problem. I've got infinite source of love within me. When you realize that, you start to love everyone around you unconditionally despite of their attitude or behavior. See, we have நம்மளுக்குள்ள ஒரு happiness இருந்ததுன்னா நம்ம வெளியில எங்கேயும் தேட மாட்டோம் and we'll be very much contented. And the வந்து peace security எல்லாத்துக்குமே இந்த இது ஃபார்முலா பொருந்தும். Next one. Discovery of Purnatvam, Abhayatvam, Anandam, etc. within oneself is called self-discovery. So one thing everyone belongs for is love. Love for work, love for achievement, love for money, anything, whatever we think we want, we always have an urge for it. So when we search everywhere for it, in that process, we lose ourselves and get miserable. Whatever we have built, both inside and outside, crumbles. We seek external help in the form of horoscope and special omens. What happens when we don't get what we want? The world around us crumbles and the confidence what we have built inside also crumbles. So we go out for external help. Is this right? Here comes Jnanakandam. இங்கதான் நமக்கு ஞானகாண்டம்னா என்னங்கிறத explain பண்றாங்க. Instead of going to external source, go into inner source. Yada samadaus syasyati. Samadhi means Atma. What type of Atma we should have? Purna Atma. That Atma should be ever secure Atma. Atma which is embodiment of love. That is a form of love. What is love? What is love? If explanation. Sir, next slide, sir. When will we be happy? When will we feel contented in normal life? நம்ம ஏதாவது அச்சீவ் பண்ணா, நம்ம ஏதாவது வின் பண்ணா, நம்ம குழந்தைங்க ஏதாவது பிரைஸ் வாங்கினா, அண்ட் அடுத்தது வந்து இப்போ ஒரு கிரிக்கெட் பர்சன், கிரிக்கெட் ரொம்ப பிடிக்கும்னா பாகிஸ்தான் இந்தியா மேட்ச்ல இந்தியா வின் பண்ணிச்சுன்னா வில் பி ஹாப்பி. ஸோ வாட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபீலிங் வில் பி கண்டென்டட், வில் பி ஃபுல். ஸோ அப்போ என்ன நடக்கும்? லவ் ஃப்ளோஸ், forgiveness comes, compassion is natural. கம்பேஷன் நம்ம வந்து ஆட்டோக்காரை வந்து 20 rupees எக்ஸ்ட்ரா கேட்டா கூட 50 rupees தான் நம்ம அங்க கொடுத்துட்டு வருவோம். ஸோ that is how we feel. So this will be the state of mind when a person attains Purnatva. State of mind is the discovery of Atma Jnanam. So that's how a state of mind should be every day. Self-knowledge or self-discovery. This happens, there are two important characters. Even though when you find yourself, self-discover yourself, or you get the self-knowledge, there are two characters that comes along with it. One is samasyaha, the doubt. Am I Purna Atma? Second is viprayaha. This is habitual notion. Each one of us, morning, as soon as we wake up, we always think about coffee, tea. We think only that gives us the fuel and that gives us the energy to go about the whole day. But that is called a habitual notion. Even though we have a self-discovery, we always think that so that is the habit that we being addicted from the childhood or from the time we enjoy it. And the vasana lingers even after discovery. It's like flowers or the onions, after we peel, even the smell remains on our hands. So it's like that. When a person eliminates the above two obstacles, the above two obstacles is eliminated, that state of mind is called Siddha Prajna. Siddha Prajna.
In some spirit, any difference between Steram, okay, Siddha.
Sthita means the state of mind. Sthita, your state, which is like prajna means the core of Atma. There is, if you go to the more of the Tattva Bodha, you will understand what is prajna. So, for sthira prajna also, sthira prajna.
The J is Jnana.
Jnanam, like that prajna.
And the person eliminates two characters. Which character?
The previous slide, sir. These two characters. The habitual motion. Always the doubt. Even though we attain self-knowledge or self-independence, we always think that am I pure? Am I the Purna Atma? And the habitual notion that we get addicted to. Who does not depend on, like this is the person who never depends upon anyone except himself. His true self is himself. He thinks he is true self and he always believes in himself. This person attains moksha. Freedom from begging and internal bankruptcy, that is the freedom that person with that state of mind always attains. And with this verse, Krishna concludes the essence of Gita teaching and allows Arjuna to ask questions. Vedanta is not just learning, it is a form of understanding. So to understand, to clear our doubts, we should always raise questions and that should be clear. That's what Krishna allows Arjuna to ask questions. And so I've summarized this from the verse 2 on this verse. So, Adhyatmika Drishti, Dharmika Drishti and Laukika Drishti. So, Krishna explains Arjuna why should he fight. First, Atma, we all know what Atma is. It's eternal, truth essence, it's prevailing, never an object of knowledge, does not do any action, free from all modifications or changes and the imperishable. And Anatma contains Stula Sariram, Sukshma Sariram, and Karma Sariram. And Stula Sariram, the gross body decays, the other two continues as Jiva to the next birth. And in dharmic angle, he says in ethical angle, if you don't fight this war, then as Kshatriya, you will be forsaking your duty in honor and incur sin. And as worldly angle, honor of the family is important. What will Duryodhana talk about you? He'll be spreading all types of stories. Don't incur dishonor to your family, even though it is unpleasant. It is your duty to fight this war. Then, this Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga. So, for that, there are 4 stages. First stage is...
Just read once again this.
Jnana Yoga is impossible without Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is incomplete without Jnana Yoga.
So you want to have these two. You cannot say, I will directly go to Jnana Yoga. You have to take a ticket and then go to the movie and enjoy it.
And to take a ticket, there are 4 stages.
Yes.
First stage is Bhakti, that is preparing your mind.
Ticket is Karma Yoga.
Moksha.
Moksha. Ticket.
No. Ticket is to like Karma Yoga become Jnana Yoga.
So first stage is preparing your mind, that is proper attitude. And in that, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha is not included, but in Moksha, Dharma, Artha, Kama is included. So balance gives Atma Shugam. Second stage is Karma Yoga. This is a religious way of life. That is, you can take your decision, be intelligent in taking your decision, but don't expect any result or reward. So a person with a balanced mind is a Karma Yogi.
Understood, no? First is
The
how your attitude should be. And second is how your work, what you work. Yes. No, don't expect the results.
Don't expect the results or the reward.
Victory or you have done, you have to be
Balanced mind.
See, I have made 2.47 verse. The day I got it, I was lucky to get 2.47. That is what Karmanyavadikaraste Mahaphaleshu Kadachina, some 10 years back. I don't know, but I got it and it was like you found it difficult to read 2 chapters and to explain in 5 minutes, not very difficult. Then what happened is I started every case I read this in mind. I made my verse. So that if you can take from second chapter this verse, one day you will understand, because it will take some time, that no expectations from any results. And not only that, do not run away from the work. Means the Sangaha. Do not go to the people who are not doing work. Two more things are there. People only remember karmanne vadikaraste ma phaleshu katachana. The second line is also important. There are three no's, isn't it? Not to expect, not to run away from duties, and not
Certainly
to.
come in the second.
It is there. Sorry. Okay.
It is who does his duty at his best without any involvement of ego or attachment or expectation of reward in the result. A person with a balanced mind is a karma yogi.
It's like this they say
Anyway, then the third stage is Jnana Yoga. That is study of one's own nature, self-discovery, self-independence. That is what I spoke about in the last verse. So that is, you're free from external dependence. You have inner happiness or self-discovery. That is Atma Jnanam. And Jnana Yogi is a person who has the knowledge to identify the eternal self and differentiate between the unreal self, the illusion of us, and real us, that is the Atma. And detachment or dispassion towards material attachment, ability to remain calm in all situations, not abandoning the duty or dharma, faith, trust in self-discovery, focus of mind towards moksha. So a person, he has to do his duty but with detachment.
You see, these people take it very wrongly. That's why people don't come to Bhagavad Gita class. Because they have taken this like detachment very wrongly. They take detachment, means, see, start detachment from the children, very difficult. Or your house or anyone. So what they're saying, do not get attached. If you can't detach from this, do not get attachment to more things. Like someone left smoking habit, then he started chewing tobacco. To leave one habit, you have. So same way, do not get attached. At least do not get attached. Do not create more chaos. And even if you are having some attachments, be aware that the real thing is Atma. Everything is cardboard chair. You be with it. I think we will come to that, because this question will linger in everyone's mind. Now Jnana Yoga I have to get. I have got a ticket doing Karma Yoga. Now this is very difficult bus to get in. Do not worry. You enjoy. But while enjoying, do not get carried up. Focus on mind towards moksha every time and be in a balance. Some patient will shout at us. Some patient will praise at us. Just if it is shouting or praising, look at up and say, God. Every cricketer after century, he looks up only. At least Indians. So same way, we are made century, either in good or bad, and look it up and just give it to him. So this, don't take it wrongly. Like she's new. Suddenly they will think, okay, now like today, Hema, what, Lata madam or something. She's not here. I wanted her to be there today. Because she has so many questions about moksha. Suddenly moksha not possible. So please take it as detachment from new things will come to you, desires. Reduce your desire, reduce the port, and you will be through this all. Okay.
And then what happens in the final stage to come away from Punarpi Jananam, Punarpi Maranam, and we have to attain moksha. So we'll be free from shackles of samsara, that is raga, attachment, soga, anxiety or grief, moha, conflict.
Where did we see this? These three? Samsara. Fantastic. Very fast answer. Good. Samsara in the first chapter. I think sir is taking notes. No, we are going to have a quiz after this, okay? No, quiz is open for everyone, no compulsion.
So after you become a Jnani and attain Mukti, as long as you live, you will enjoy inner freedom and mental freedom. So it doesn't mean that you will be free from all the things in your life. See, whatever happens in the life will not be affected internally. Life will be so beautiful, your mind becomes light and enjoyable. Life will continue, but you will not be affected from the events in life. This is called Jivan Mukti.
Yes, fantastic. This is Jivan Mukti. This is Jivan Mukti, means here and now. If anyone who have understood this, he is Mukta today only. Next class is not required. As I said, 54 verses of this and 47, almost 100 verses, Bhagavad Gita is over. Second, you can wait till Videha Mukti. At your death, then someone does the Tarpana, Arpana, 1 year of following the Shastras and get your soul liberated. The crow comes and eats Pindadanam. That you wait then. If someone is intelligent, he will, right now, he will have Mukti. He will start acting like a Jnani. First act fake before you make. So, Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti. So, chapter 2 is over. Entire Bhagavad Gita over here. Finished. You have done. You passed. Now what happens? Two things we have learned. Jnana Yoga Sadhana, Karma Yoga Sadhana. This only is the build up for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th till 18th chapter. I want Aruna ma'am to read this. This is as it is taken from Swamiji's book. I thought I will not modify anything. Please read slowly.
If you are going to forget this portion, the later chapters will not give that much impact. On the other hand, if you remember this portion, that is 2nd chapter, verse number 11 to 53, if this is very well studied and remembered, we have a very strong foundation that the later 16 chapters will be very interesting and well assimilated. And therefore, try to read this portion off and on and remember the ideas in this portion.
Any questions? That what should I do now if I don't understand? Go back.
Yes,
No.
Shravanam, but today sir is ready. I should give him the chance. I should give him the chance. Today I didn't give.
Even I didn't everything. So everything is like my verse only. What all she spoke, yeah.
Feeling should come.
Yes.
My word. So if someone is not ready, nothing else now, nothing else remaining. You are Jivan Muktas. Now we will only practice this. So next, you can read.
So thus, the entire Vedic design of life is practice Karma Yoga, prepare the mind, practice Jnana Yoga, discover the self, and thus be free from all limitations, and limitations cause problems. This is the essence of Gita. This is the essence of Vedas also.
Difficult for you, don't worry. I understand, but I think others have.
Because she has summarized the whole thing.
That's what. Fantastic. Very nice.
So can you
Yeah.
just tell the verse one more? The Karma Yoga is complete.
The Jnana Yoga is incomplete without Karma Yoga. And without Karma
No, Jnana Yoga is
impossible without Karma Yoga.
Karma Yoga
Yoga
is incomplete.
without Jnana Yoga.
Right.
You send that.
So to
Sure.
get karma,
I will send
to
it.
practice the karma yoga, we have to follow this jnana yoga.
No, Karma Yoga is the first step is Jnana Yoga.
So after that also,
Simplify. Shall I talk 5 minutes away from?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
there was an interview in between Suhasini and Anand. Anybody listen to it?
yes, sir. About getting this.
Very nice, actually. Suhasini is asking, suppose if you have become the CM of Tamil Nadu today, what is the first proposal you will sign? Will you cancel this prohibition? He says, I will never. Because I know so many people are addicted. So many college students cannot live without this. So I have to make up their mind. They all feel this is the pressure. Drinking is the pressure. Smoking is the pressure. Taking, abusing drugs is the pressure. But what pleasure, I will tell my experience. He says, I was, some of my very good friends told me to go and do Vipassana. Anybody know about Vipassana?
Yes.
Which
We should not.
is Hindu, Sikh or from Bhagavad Gita or
No, nothing.
Vipassana is
Related to anything, it's a form of.
This is a Buddhist way of yoga. Vipassana, somebody told him, please go to Vipassana. He says, why these younger generation is addicted to this, all these items. He is telling. I was told by a person, you take Vipassana course for 10 days. That too not in Bangalore at the moment, go somewhere else. Nobody should know. You are not allowed the cell phone, no TV, nothing. You will be disconnected to the world.
Yes.
Thus he went to Bombay. He had a Vipassana course. He is a man of talking. Always he talks. Whenever he gets some people will talk. First, he removed all the attachments. Mobile, everything. He was there first 4 days.
Then
he is spending.
how you can, sir, how I can take food? He is asking. So you are saying that you should not talk anybody, you should not say anything. Then how can I take? The food is there, but you go and take the food. Don't see the eyes of others. You take the food by seeing the wall.
Why?
You are not connected with anybody. You should not get yourself connected anymore. If you go there, you are sitting nicely. It is called the challenger. The program is called some sort of challenger. These all this fellow, third day, he wanted to quit all the thing. He was so much bored. Fourth day, some changes. Fifth day, he is enjoying. He says something is inside us. It is a wine, it is a brandy, it is everything is inside our body.
Yes.
It gets stimulated when you are disconnected with all these things. Look at your own pleasure. Seventh, eighth day, I understand. Without speaking, you can get all the pleasures of all the external within ourselves. I understood. I asked my wife.
Keep quiet.
After speaking,
Quiet mentally.
So you watch your breath only.
Quiet.
I have to watch
Watch your breath only. That is Vipassana means to watch
In order to attain that also, we should be in one state of mind.
Yes.
And even
If you are connected with disconnected with all these
that person should have some kind of conviction to stay there.
then he asked his wife to undergo the same. He went there for 10 days, he had the same. The pleasure is within us.
Double benefit.
This
Double?
Double benefit. No. Wife also went here.
அங்க சும்மா இல்லைன்னா
But it's not good together. You can fight without words.
Silence for 1 week.
Very nice.
Sir, we all can do it here. I tell you. Because Vipassana you do 10 days. Then you come back to your home. Within no time you'll forget. So that is a easy way actually. You start from here. Can we do 15 minutes of Vipassana every day?
Yes, sir, we can.
That 15 minutes, no mobile, no TV, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. Like, yes, watch your breath 15 minutes and disconnect from the sense organs. That is Vipassana. Then 15 minutes will go to 20, 30. If you can do 30 minutes also, I am guaranteeing everything will come to, your endorphins will secrete. That cocaine which people take from outside, it is within us. That whatever drugs are smoking, everything is stimulating endorphins, melatonin, good sleep will come. So if we start this, and we'll be more energetic. And that food also is matters, madam. We come to that 16, 17 chapter is all about it. Next is jumping from here to 16, 17, where how to eat, how to speak, how to give dhanam, everything is coming. What is good and what is bad within us. All is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. So we try here only because going from your duties, God is not telling that. You in the war only, the battlefield only it's happened. We have a battlefield to go ahead. We have to be Vipassana, whatever that in our battlefield. Okay. 54th, Vishwanathan sir. Arjuna watch. Now, like a very good student, Arjuna asks questions. Madam, you can chant and then we'll chant.
Sitapragyasya ka bhasha amatistasya keshava
पिबति किं प्रभाषेत आसीत व्रजेत किम्
Sir. Oh, okay.
சரியான யோக நிலை அல்லது சமாதி நிலையை பற்றி ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணனிடமிருந்து கேள்விப்பட்ட அர்ஜுனன் ஒரு இயல்பான கேள்வியை கேட்கிறார். இந்த நிலையில் இருக்கும் ஒருவரின் மனதின் தன்மையை அறிய அவர் விரும்புகிறார். கூடுதலாக ஒரு நபரின் நடத்தையில் இந்த தெய்வீக மனநிலை எவ்வாறு வெளிப்படுகிறது என்பதை அறிய அவர் விரும்புகிறார். தெய்வீக உணர்வில் நிலைத்திருப்பவரின் மனநிலை என்ன? இந்த வசனத்தில் தொடங்கி அர்ஜுனன் ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணனிடம் 16 கேள்விகளை கேட்கிறார். இதற்கு பதிலளிக்கும் விதமாக ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ணர் கர்மயோகம், ஞான யோகம், பக்தி யோகம், துறவு மற்றும் தியானம் ஆகியவற்றின் ஆழமான ரகசியங்களை மற்ற தலைப்புகளில் வெளிப்படுத்துகிறார். Arjuna was anxious to know the characteristics of the man of steady wisdom, the man of self-realization, the Jiva Mukta. Arjuna asked the Lord to describe the characteristics of the Jiva Mukta so that he could understand who they are and how they live. Man's character is reflected in his speech and action. These we have all experienced. Man's character is reflected in his speech and action. This ignorant man is discovered by his tamasic and rajasic qualities and the impurity of his life and work. In the life of Jiva Mukta, we find peace and purity, divinity and blessedness. So, if one observes and keeps company with a Jiva Mukta, he would be able to reform his life accordingly and rise above delusion and ignorance. There are three gunas. Rajas, Sattva,
Sir, no, this is mine.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I came.
Let me come out with that, sir. Rajasa, Tamasa,
This one.
and Sattva. All three gunas are always present in all beings and objects surrounding us, but vary in their relative amounts. We humans have the unique ability to consciously alter the levels of the gunas in our bodies and minds. The gunas cannot be separated or removed in oneself, but can be consciously acted upon to encourage their increase or decrease. A guna can be increased or decreased through the interaction and the influence of essential objects, external objects, lifestyle practices and thoughts. First, tamasa is a tamas. Tamas is a state of darkness, inertia, inactivity, and materiality. Tamas manifests from ignorance and deludes all beings from their spiritual truths. Other tamasic qualities are laziness, disgust, attachment, depression, helplessness, doubt, guilt, shame, boredom, addiction, hurt, sadness, apathy, confusion, grief, dependency, ignorance. Rajas is a state of energy, action, change, and movement. The nature of Rajas is of attraction, longing, and attachment, and Rajases only bind us to the fruits of our work. Other Rajasic qualities are anger, euphoria, anxiety, fear, irritation, worry, restlessness, stress, courage, rumination, determination, cause.
Chaos is problem.
Sattva is state of harmony, balance, joy, and intelligence. Sattva is the guna that yogis achieve towards as it reduces rajas and tamas and thus makes liberation possible. Other sattvic qualities are delight, happiness, peace, wellness, freedom, love, compassion, equanimity, empathy, friendliness, focus, self-control, satisfaction, trust, fulfillment, calmness, bliss, that cheerfulness, gratitude, fearlessness, selflessness. In a short way,
எல்லாம் நமக்குள்ளே அதெல்லாம் சாத்தியம்.
sattvic. Just we will have to go among these three gunas with a relative study. Rajas activity without anything, without thinking of anything. Sattva, truth and goodness. Tamasa, inertia and inactivity. Then Rajas, passion, desire and attachment. Satya, light, harmony and balance. Tamas, deafness, darkness, delusion and ignorance. Rajas, energy, spiritual, sattvic, spiritual essence.
புரிஞ்சுக்கிறாங்க. சாத்விக் நல்லது.
Mass, matter and heaviness. Rajas is the expansion.
This is the
Sattvic
is sattvic.
Upward flow.
Upward flow. Tamas is downward
Rajas movement,
movement, sattvic
intelligence and
intelligence and consciousness. And tamas is sloth and
wellness.
dullness. That's also.
Actually, 16th chapter he has covered. What you did is from 16th chapter is entirely this sattvic, rajasic, tamasic. And we are going to actually it is a brief for the next chapter. Excellent, good. So the three things which have been asked by Arjuna, as a good student, is that question for all of us. Like, you know, okay, now I understood Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. I want to know how is a Sthita Prajna person seen? What are his characters? Sthita Prajna Ka Bhasa. Okay, so Sthita Prajnas means the one whose knowledge free from all the doubts and free from all vagueness is very specific. And Samadhishtaha means what? He is completely in Atma, always anchored to Atma. The one who abides in his true nature, that is Atma. Sthita Dihi means a person of clear knowledge. Again, is repeating, but these three terminologies are used in this verse. We should learn the terminologies also. Sthita Prajna, Samadhishtaha, Sthita Dihi. Dihi means, again, he is in the clear understanding of Atman without any doubt about Atma. Are we these three? He is asking Ka Bhasha means what is his description?
Language.
Kim Prabhesheta. This is language. Kim Prabhesheta. How does it talk? And Kim Sitaha. How does it sit? Basically, he is trying to know, is there a person like this? The student will ask, no, madam, you are teaching so many things, but is this understood? Like in my 10th standard, madam will always point out, see, if you read these board exams, who has known board exams? So we have never seen what is board exams. First time we are entering. Madam, is it like this possible to get 100 out of 100? And if it is possible, what is the benefits of something is asking like that. So, Ka Bhasha, Kim Prabhasita, and Kim Sita. So now, in the next, this is the concluding verses now, where Krishna now tells about such a person. Om Purnamada Purnamitam Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sir, Maitri is there today. Hello, Maitri, can you hear us?
Actually, mother has
Yes,
come.
sir.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Mother has come.
Okay.
Mother has come.
Your mother is here, you knowing her, right?
Yes, I know, doctor.
Abhijit, follow the class. Abhijit, if you are there.
He's not listening.
Yes, Sachin, I was there.
Okay, you are following, right? We are able to communicate because I don't know how it is online. Okay, I think that. Okay, those who want to leave online and those who also are busy here, they can leave. We will continue. Sir, I am here. We are here.
Sir, you சொல்லுங்க.
Oh, you are.
நீங்க திருக்குறள் ஸ்டார்ட் எனக்கு இந்த டவுட்டை கிளியர் பண்ணிக்கிறேன்.
Okay.
Not the Guruji, எனக்கு தமிழ் version வேணும்.
Yes.
Tamil version of the Tirupati.
Whatever I'm asking, I
Yes,
want the doubt to be cleared in Tamil.
So I have to be quiet.